profitable business partnerships. I am Shadi Elazer. I am the founder of the Elazer Reputational Currency System, which is a systematic way to leverage your existing network to increase leads, subscribers, and sales, and grow your business. This is day number 3 as I'm taking my audiences through the JVOLOGY 5 joint venture partners in 5 days online challenge hosted by JVOLOGY, facilitated by my friend and business partner, Mr. J Facette, Canada's most wanted. Now, day number 3 is one of the most powerful lessons of the 5-day challenge, in that we go into your joint venture top 20. Now, when we talk about our client journey and we talk about the concept of the upstream versus the downstream, this is one of the most pivotal lessons that you can learn when it comes to building profitable business partnerships. So, as was mentioned in day 1, as well as day 2, the difference between an affiliate partner and a joint venture partner lies in the relationships. It lies in the alignment of values and also where you may be as a business owner on your journey. So you can be an affiliate. And I've mentioned this on day 1, and I've mentioned this on day 2. And if you want the recap of day 1 and day 2, number 1, you can go to bit.ly/JVOLOGY 5-day. So the 5 in JVOLOGY is numeric. So JVOLOGY 5-day, bit.ly/JVOLOGY 5 days to register for free for the 5-day challenge. So you receive days 1, day 2, and day 3. And also I'm delivering a recap of each day for greater retention in learning opportunities. So now, thank you to everyone who is joining on my Instagram Live. Thank you to everyone who is joining. JVOLOGY day number 3 goes into your joint venture top 20. Now, we're going to break this down. It's important. The first thing I want you to answer within your life, within your mind's eye, I want you to grab a sheet of paper. We're going to go old school here and write this down. What is my client's journey? You see, as is mentioned within the video for day 3, Jay Facette, the facilitator, outlines that you are irrelevant as a partner to your clients outside of your ability to solve a problem. So, Lord forbid, you happen to stub your toe, drop something on your foot, and you are unable to work, unable to deliver your unique brand of genius to your clients. They're going to move on at some point. Some of them may say, well, I miss this particular service that you provide. But the reality is that your client has life challenges. They have problems. They have business issues before and after they encounter you. And the faster you realize this, the better off you will be. This is a pivotal concept that is covered by Jay Facette on day number 3 of the joint venture 5 JV partners in 5-day challenge. So what do we do about this? You must understand, number 1, the journey they're on, the timeline that they're on. And so your clients are joining masterminds. They're buying digital programs. They are searching on Google. They are buying and hiring. They're buying services from marketplaces such as your Fiverr.coms and your Upwork.coms. They're hiring coaches, they're hiring architects, they're hiring advisors, they're doing it all. But what you must realize in your customer's journey, your client's journey, that in the hiring of the coaches, in the joining of the masterminds and joining the private clubs and buying the programs and searching on Google, they are creating the problems that you ultimately will serve through your unique brand of genius. The number one question that you must solve on day 3 is, what is my client journey? And when you get clear on the journey that your clients are on, and you identify the core problems that you are uniquely qualified to solve, then you can partner with the businesses that provide that complementary value. So in going through the exercise from a personal standpoint, this module, this day 3 resonated with me heavily. I had to take a step back and really examine my customer's journey. Sometimes when you are a notable personal brand, or you, let's say, have some form of internet notoriety, or you have built an audience of some sort, whether as an event host, or you have a podcast, or a YouTube channel, social media following, you tend to get locked into engagement. So I did this and it resulted in that. I did X, it resulted in Y. And you tend to forget. You lose the forest for the trees. And you tend to forget about the journey that they're on and honing in on the problems themselves. So this was a powerful reminder for me and a powerful illustration of the power of partnerships, in that you don't have to be the solution for every step of the journey. And when you hone in and you focus and you're not trying to be everything to everybody in terms of where they are in business, then you are able to focus on your area of genius and bring in the partners, the vendors that will help them shine in their given areas of genius. If this makes sense to you, make sure you tap your screen, send hearts for those of you on Periscope. Make sure those of you on Instagram, tap your screen, send hearts if this makes sense to you. So one of the most powerful concepts that you can ask yourself, and this comes from my friendship and partnership with the most successful caterer to ever come from Baltimore, Maryland, my friend. He would always ask himself, who is the most talented person I can find? He would yell it. He actually would yell it in his office, big banquet halls that he owns. And just interesting when you look at people who are starting and they rely so much on their talent, and their business starts and stops with their talent, versus building systems and building org charts where you understand the full life cycle of where your client is going, and you can partner with others and leverage collective skill sets in order to maximize the overall result. So everyone wins using this model. So it may be easy to lose yourself in this particular concept. So let's make sure we hammer home the idea of the upstream and the downstream partners. First of all, your upstream partners are the vendors or partners that are before, or the steps or the journey that the client is on before they reach your area of genius. So in my particular case, let's say if my area of genius would be with automation, with content development, with, let's say, taking talent and converting it into systems, then my upstream partner would be the, let's say, compliance, would be the business launch, would be registering the business, making sure that everything is correct, everything is exact with launching the business. So the startup phase of the business in terms of going from an idea to we are officially a business would be excellent. So that would be lawyers, that would be business advisors, that may be even be SCORE or Small Business Development Center, in working with counselors to ensure that the business is up and running. Now, when they're ready to go to the next level, then they can come find my company's services. Now, when we talk about the downstream partners, those are the vendors that you partner with, or the business professionals or the personal brands that you partner with after they are finished with you. So now in this example, it may be easy or short-sighted to say that your customers are never done with you. That is why it's important to understand the customer journey that your clients are on. What is the journey that your clients are on? And thank you to everyone who is tuning in live. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. Have an international crowd here. I appreciate you tuning in. So, with the example that I've just shared, my personal example, the downstream partners for me would be paid advertising, most definitely, graphic designer, podcast consultant, live event coordinator. So someone who has a live event and now they want to monetize it at the 6 and 7 figure level, I need to partner with those individuals who can now take an idea and monetize and scale at the highest of levels. So now we're going to switch gears and go into today's worksheet with the time we have available. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me one moment here. And just share the entire screen. And we're going to go directly into the JV Top 20 worksheet, which is the subject of day number 3. Now, the arrow represents the stream or the river of clients, And so for my Instagram audience, let me make sure you can see that. So this represents the river of clients, the stream. Your upstream clients are those that you encounter before they enter your sphere of genius. And your downstream clients are those you encounter after the work with you is done. Your job, your benefit is to partner with those who are complementary to the services that you provide before and after. And I gave you several examples of how that can be accomplished. So now, switching gears back, and we're going to switch back here, stop sharing, and bring it back on camera. And thank you, Dr. Tammy Francis, for tuning in. Thank you, Aisha, for tuning in. And so it is very important for you to understand your client journey. What I want you to do, and your homework for this particular module for day 3. Now, of course, you must be in the challenge. So bit.ly/JVOLOGY 5-day. bit.ly/JVOLOGY 5-day. And you are to complete the watching of the video, which I gave you a recap, but I want you to watch it for yourself. It was powerful for me. So it will drive home some points for you. Next, you will go to the private group and you will find day 3. There's a thread for day 3, and you are to list the 3 types of services, industries, and categories that would be perfect downstream partners for you. And this is a 5 partners in 5-day challenge. There are over 1,000 business owners within the group. And let's say today, I have 3 calls with business owners who want to form partnerships. That's the whole idea of the challenge. So that during this time, you are moving forward, creating leverage, creating lead subscriber sales by combining your collective audiences in order to succeed on a higher level. So there are over 1,000 aspiring current business owners within the private group who are all playing along in the challenge. So your homework is to go into the group, find day 3, and list what partners would be ideal for you. The partners who say, hey, I know someone who can do that. Or, hey, he or she is talking to me. Will engage with you, and the magic will happen. Listen, if you're building a business on your own understanding, your own knowledge, skills, and abilities, you're only going to get as far as your own talent. If something gets in the way, if life gets in the way, then your train stops in motion. But if you have partners, you are utilizing their audience, their experience, their warm connections. And that makes growing a business much easier. In fact, the fastest way to 6 and 7 figures is through joint venture partnerships. You have a free opportunity to learn from one of the world's best. That is Jay Facette. All friendship aside, one of the best in the world in building paid masterminds. Has built a community called JVOLOGY that I personally have been around since the very beginning. And I support this community, and I'm giving you a recap of each day of the challenge, not because it's something that will pass the time, it's because it's extremely valuable. So bit.ly/JVOLOGY 5-day. This has been the day 3 recap. I want you to take care of yourself and each other, and stay tuned for day 4 tomorrow.